Do you think there's a possibility at all that potentially you could have a child somewhere?
Well, I mean, there's always a potential. I highly, highly, highly doubt it. But I mean,
Yeah.
there are people that I just didn't talk to
After.
after,
How messed up would that be, man?
or like
someone comes
or
knocks on your door.
vacation and stuff.
15-year-old at some point comes and knocks on your door. Hey, Dad.
I mean, it's
Huh?
highly unlikely.
I guess it's unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
But man, I would feel horrible. Bro.
Yeah, because those situations, I don't think I ever and this is gonna sound stupid, but hear me out. I didn't finish inside that person. To get pregnant, the odds are not in your favor. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First of all, there's only a couple of days window when we're talking going back to the cycle of a woman. That egg is only sitting there for a couple of days. That's
Right.
one.
Right.
Two, do you know how much millions of sperm is in just a teaspoon
Yeah.
of cum?
Yeah.
And you reduce that by even half,
Yeah.
and the percentage drops significantly, so significantly. Even people saying they can get pregnant from pre-cum.
Yeah.
The possibility of that is so. I'm not saying this is factual. I'm not saying it can't happen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's extremely, extremely hard. It is extremely hard. Even when you look at dudes that have a lower sperm count, you can go ahead and look it up on Google. The possibilities they decrease exponentially. It's multiplied.
Yeah.
It's not okay, well, you only have half of the sperm, so now your chances of getting pregnant is only half.
Yeah.
It goes down.
Yeah.
It multiplies,
Yeah.
right?
And I can attest to this. It's not easy.
It's not
to get a woman pregnant.
It's not,
You see
right?
what I'm
So
saying?
I said,
I remember that you got to be pregnant after that.
yeah.
You're not pregnant?
Yeah. We did it 5 times.
Yeah.
All blah blah.
I
Blah 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 blah.
I shot.
All-
Bro.
all-
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? What do you mean you're not pregnant?
Yeah,
How?
right.
So I can attest to that.
Yeah.
It's difficult to get a woman pregnant. But then I don't know. This probably goes back to my high school days where my health teacher told me same thing. If you say you masturbate and you have some in your hand, you go to touch a girl, you can
Bro.
get her pregnant. She said he said that, and it was on my mind ever since. I'm yo. I'm not I'm gonna be so careful when I'm with women. And whether it's
highly unlikely.
highly unlikely, but I'm glad he
Highly.
said it to me because it made me extra cautious.
Is it possible? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Absolutely. The likeliness of that, bro. Just think of again, how many. Think about yourself.
Yeah.
How many. There's when you're pulling out, but there's tons of time where
yeah.
if you ever again, let's get graphic for a minute. If you've ever masturbated, sometimes before you come,
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
shoots
get a
out.
little cum. Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And
That's
I think
that's
that has-
happening.
I think that has more sperm than anything.
That's
From
happening,
what I understand,
and
yeah.
your wife ain't getting pregnant from
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I mean, let's say
I don't
we're
know.
gonna
I
assume
don't- so
we're
I
gonna
don't know-
assume she has.
I don't know the science, but all I know is it's scary, bro.
It is. It is. It is. To my point. I think it could all. There's that possibility, but I highly, 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 highly doubt it. If a girl came to me, he'd have to look identical for me for me to just be yeah, that's my kid. I'm gonna be yo, we're gonna have to go to and test this out.
I'm just thinking about all the people that I know that got pregnant really early in life and they didn't plan it. They weren't trying to get pregnant. They accidentally got pregnant. And I'm thinking so were you
Trying?
were you blasting it in there?
Yeah.
With no
no
where was-
remorse?
Yeah.
You're just
Were you
going?
not thinking? Or was it one of those rare cases where the pre-chem got you? Or you know what I mean? It just
You know, I've never asked that. Like those kids in high school or whatever that get like that have gotten pregnant. I've never been like, well, did you use a condom?
Yeah.
Like, were you guys fucking on a consistent basis? Did you guys fuck like
was it
multiple times?
One time where you blasted?
Was there a condom and it broke? And what was in the condom? Like
exactly.
I don't know. I don't know.
So that's why I get scared still. I'm
right,
like,
because you're like, these people didn't plan for it.
Right.
And you hear
I
about
assume these
and
people
you hear
didn't
about
plan for
people
it.
that like hook up.
Yeah.
Like one time.
Yeah.
And they
And
do get pregnant.
Yes.
And you're just like, what?
What? Exactly. So that's why I'm like, is the science right?
So
bro?
the thing is, but again, like